So for this first pose, we're going to use a block and we're going to bring ourselves into warrior two. So warrior two is again a really good pose to strengthen in the legs. If you bring your block towards the edge of a mat, pop it pressed against the mat, you're going to bring, let's stay with our right foot on the block, and we're going to step our left foot back. So as we begin, when we start out the practices, you're going to bring it nice and narrow, but always make sure that the ankle and knee are aligned. From here, as you get a little bit stronger, you move the back leg back. Your arms are extended out and you're going to place your hand on the wall and you're going to push into the wall very gently, just to get a little bit of that traction. Try to keep your back hand in line with your palm facing down with your front wrist, and your gaze is going to come out over your right hand. So bending down again, making sure that your knee is moving back behind you to the right, and your back leg is nice and stable and strong as you lift the inner arch. Pressing through and breathing. You're going to stay here for about 4 or 5 breaths. Building that strength, dropping in, stabilizing. So staying here for 4 or 5 of your own breaths, nice and soft. And then we're just going to gently come out. Be very gentle as you come out. Maybe toe heel your foot in a little bit and then step it out. We're going to do the other side, not against the wall, and just try without the block. Again, see how it feels for you. You're going to start, as always, with the ankle and knee aligned, stepping as wide or as narrow as feels comfortable for you. If you can bring it back, bring it all the way back. Slight angle, lift the inner arch, back leg straight, knee moving to the left, and this time both hands in line, making sure your shoulders are over your wrists, over your hips. Your gaze is forward, and you're going to soften in, relax your shoulders. Big, deep, juicy breath in and out through the nose. Finding that balance. Finding your strength. And again, 4 or 5 of your own breaths here. And if it feels good to stay a little bit longer. When we work on our legs, we also take ourselves out of our minds. Being present. Breathing. Slowly lowering the hands. Straightening up, walking your back foot in. And just taking a moment to notice how your body feels after that pose. For the next pose, we're going to use the block again. This time we're going to put it to the outside of the front foot. Same positioning of the leg. The front foot faces forward. The back heel is traction back a little bit. And again, ankle and knee aligned. Extending your hands as much as you can. Nice and soft through the shoulders. You're going to reach forward with that right hand. Now elbow to thigh could be enough as you extend your left hand up and your gaze up. If you've got a little bit more space, you're going to bring your block on whatever height is good for you and bring your right hand onto the block and just gaze up towards your thumb. Stabilizing here, again, building that strength in the lower back. Try to see, can you lengthen your tailbone down towards your heels, gazing up at your thumb. Keep finding that steadiness and easefulness in your breathing. Notice if you're quivering or shaking in any part of your body, and just sit with it. Again, there's never any judgment in our yoga practice. It's all about being here present. So 4 to 5 of your own breaths, staying a little longer if it feels good. Then lowering your top hand, bringing your gaze to the earth, slowly coming up. And of course we've got 2 sides, so pivot it around. Changing, ankle and knee aligned, back leg goes as wide or as narrow as feels good for you. Again, always good to start on a higher and then figure out what's best. Elbow to thigh, right hand up. Maybe you can bring the hand to the outside onto a block. Maybe you can widen your stance. Arm is extended and then maybe reach it over the ear this time. Nice long line from the fingertip to the heel. Again, if any of this doesn't feel right, if there's a tightness in your neck, you look forward or you look down, making sure you're balanced and easeful. And again, coming back, 4 or 5 of your own nice, long, steady breaths. Stable, present, breathe. When you're finished, slowly lifting up, hand on your hip, looking down to find your balance and gently bringing yourself back up to stand. Coming in once more to take a moment and just to relax. Relax your shoulders, notice how your legs feel, your thighs. Keep checking in. Breathing, non-judging, but always investigating. The next pose is triangle pose. So you're gonna have that nice wide stance again. This time, toes turning out, but you're keeping your legs straight. Your back heel is pushed back a little bit and you're lifting the inner arch of your back foot. You can use the block to the outside of the right foot, but maybe that could be a little bit too deep for you. So really notice the lengthening of the spine. We're trying our best to keep the spine nice and long. Extend your arms, legs remain straight as you reach forward. We start off with the right hand on the thigh and the left arm up. Again, gaze up to your thumb. If there's any strain in the neck, you look forward or even look down. Staying here, as you feel a little bit more confident in the pose, you slide your hand down your shin, maybe bringing it onto your block. From here, opening the heart, going as low or as high as feels good. And again, always observing how your neck is doing, making sure your breath is nice and steady, nice and stable. Feeling that strength. And imagine you're pushing your right hip back to really lengthen the spine. Bring your gaze down. Again, stabilize to come up. Relax the hands. You're going to pivot your feet in the opposite direction. Once more, taking your block with you if you're using it. Extend the hands. Now one side is always going to feel a little bit kind of funkier than the other, so just move with that. You're going to reach with the left hand, stacking that left hip under right. Try not to collapse forward. So remember, we want that spine long, especially as we get to build that strength. We're opening the chest. We tend to round when we've got the osteoporosis, osteopenia, so we want to open it out. Arm extended, and maybe we stay here. Maybe we can slide down. Gazing up at the thumb. Staying with your breath. Again, just notice where your mind goes. Notice if you're wobbling, playing with your balance. Keep finding that little bit of stability. Again, remember, we can come onto the block. If you can get lower, but just don't compromise your spine. Gently bringing it up, lowering the hands and toe heeling the feet back in. Neutralize the spine. Just notice again, how does that feel in your body, your shoulders, checking in with your legs and your feet. Next pose, tree pose. We're going to again find that little bit of grounding sensation through the feet. So tree is a really good one that helps to build up our proprioception. It prevents us from falling, which when we have bone issues, it can be very, well, not something we want to do. So feet nice and wide. We're going to root down. You're going to shift your weight to your right foot, hands on your hips, and you're going to rest your left heel against your left shin. Starting off by just floating the toes up and trying to balance on the right leg. Maybe you can move your foot to your calf. For some of us, we go above the knee, but not on the knee. So not here, above or below the knee. We're going to bring our hands in prayer. And then from here, lift it up. Imagine you're being drawn up towards the ceiling. So you open the heart. Find one spot on the ground to balance with, to focus on. And again, if you notice yourself getting wobbly, notice what you're saying to yourself. It's okay to wobble. Tree pose represents life. We learn how to sway and move with the constant fluctuations and changes while we root into the stability of that standing leg. Breathe. Steady. Mindful. And again, if you can, stay here for 8 to 10 breaths. We're going to stay here that long today. We're going to bring our hands to our heart. If you can, bring the leg out in front and root it down, shaking out that standing leg. And then coming back. So take a moment to notice what it's like to have 2 feet on the ground. That sense of grounding and rooting, reminding us that once we had to learn how to do this too. So shifting over to the left. Again, hands on your hips helps with the balance. Toes on the ground to start. We can just play with lifting up. If we can, to the calf, above the knee. But try to encourage the knee to move out to the side as you bring your hands in prayer. Elevate as you lengthen. Relax your shoulders. Keep moving that knee to the right. Keep finding a stability in your breath. grounding, breathing. And again, 8 to 10 breaths here if you can. Really build up that strength in your leg, your knee, your glutes. And if you fall over, just be mindful what you say to yourself. Bring your hands in prayer, knee in front, extend. Coming back out, and again, just coming to stand, both feet on the ground. Let it go. Back here, rooted. We're going to do one more standing pose. Again, like I said, it's really good to build the strength around the thighs and the legs so that we have that strength to keep ourselves upright if we happen to step in a hole or trip up over something. We've got that rooted sensation in our bodies and our legs. So for this one, it is revolved triangle. But this time we're going to step facing the side of the mat. We're going to bring the block to the outside of the right foot. You're going to start off stepping as wide as you can, keeping your hip points facing forward. So as soon as they traction out to the side, you might need to step in a little bit. So legs nice and wide, you're going to extend your left hand up, and you're going to draw your right hip back as you reach forward, keeping your back straight. So as soon as you start to feel yourself rounding, then you need to back up. So back straight, we might stop here, bringing that left hand onto the right knee and extending the right arm out. Or maybe we can go a little lower, maybe onto the block. Root down, pull the right hip back, left hip forward, and then rotate, looking up to your right hand as you twist. Again, twists are really good for the spine, building up the muscles around the spine. Keep drawing your heart forward, making sure you're not collapsing back. Keeping steady with your breath. Open to twist. And here we're going to do 4 to 6 breaths. Stay here longer if that feels right. Bring your hands to your hips. Gaze down. Just slowly bring it up. And release. Stepping your left foot forward, take a moment. Again, always come back to neutral. Notice how the spine feels. Where is it catching? Where do you feel that extension in your body? From here, you're going to step the right foot back. You're going to move your block to the outside of the left foot, if you're working with the block. Hips track forward. Is there more space? Hips track forward. Keep moving into it as deeply or as shallow as you need to. Left hand remains on the left hip, right hand comes up as you draw forward and down, rotating as you bring it down. And again, remember keeping the back straight. Maybe we stop here. Maybe we can slide down. Maybe we come onto the block or the earth. And then we're looking up. Keep rotating, keep lifting the chest forward, stabilizing, playing with your balance. If it's a bit wobbly, that's okay. Come to your breath. Notice if you're squeezing your toes or your hips. Keep bringing the right hip forward, left hip back. Stay with your breath. You've got this. Breathing, building strength. And again, if there's any strain in the neck, we're going to look forward or even down. Root. And then bring your hands to your hip. Gaze down. Slowly coming up. Stepping forward. Neutralize the spine, neutralize the shoulders. And breathe. Always returning to neutral before we move on to the next pose. Getting your body back into that even keel. So for the next pose, we're going to come and sit on the ground. So for a lot of us, we might find that this is really tight on the lower back. It's helpful to use a rolled up blanket, or maybe you can pop up onto a block. From here, we're going to extend the left leg forward and have the right foot about an inch or so away from the knee. Okay, so sitting up nice and tall. I'm going to show you from the side. Sitting up or on the ground, knee in. You're going to extend your right hand. So remember, we're constantly going for extension. The problem as we age is the spine starts to drop in. We want to get it nice and long. Keep your left foot active as you bring your right hand around behind you. You can wrap your left arm around your knee. Bring your belly in and up and around. And if it's there for you, bring it to the outside. And again, don't push too far in our twists. We want to get to about 70% of our availability. Lengthening and rotating. Looking over that shoulder. Again, straighten the neck, look forward. Just breathe into wherever you are. stable. Keep lengthening to twist. So on the inhale, we lift up, and on the exhale, we rotate. Breathe. Open. Rotate. And then coming back. Slowly extend both legs. Just take a moment to neutralize. And then we have to do the other side. So this time straighten out your right leg and bend your left. Sitting up nice and tall. Again, keep this foot involved in the pose. Make sure you're sitting on those sit bones and your spine is tall. Root down through the big toe mound. Extend your left hand up and behind you. Gaze stays forward until you're in position. Start by just wrapping the arm around the knee. You're going to bring the belly, the ribs, the shoulder around. Keep your gaze forward. Maybe you can bring the hand to the outside. And then when you're in position, you twist. And just be mindful, where does the neck want to go? Don't force it. Pause. Breathe. Keep lengthening on the inhale, twisting on the exhale. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale to twist. And again, keep working with the idea that you're trying to find more length in your spine as you rotate. Breathe. And then slowly release out. A little bit of a twist in the opposite direction as we come back to neutral. I'm going to go for a little bit of a deeper twist now again. So this time we're going to bring that left foot up and over the right. And we're going to squeeze our right heel over to the left, and I'm facing the wrong way. Come forward. So sitting nice and tall. So this might be too much for you. If it is, you just keep your right leg straight and sit up here, okay? If you can bring it to the outside of the hip, go for it. From here, same idea. The bent knee hand lift. So your left hand up, left knee bent, left hand comes behind you. Your right hand extends. Don't let your left hip lift. Keep it rooted as you bring the right hand outside, gaze forward, belly, ribs, shoulder, and then float to look over your left. Breathe. And again, keep lengthening on the inhale, rotating on the exhale. Stabilize. Lengthen and rotate. Lengthen and rotate. So again, we're going to stay here for 8 to 10 breaths. Find that space in your body. And again, don't push beyond 80%. You want to build the strength, but if you push too far, your body will lock and you don't get any benefit from the pose at all. When you're done with your 8 to 10 breaths, slowly unwind, a little bit of a counter twist, come back to center, and then just straighten it out. Changing sides. Right foot over left leg comes around, or keep your left leg straight. Make sure your right foot is really planted and your right hip is on the ground. Right hand comes up and behind you again, that same height. Left hand comes up, either start with coming around the inside to the outside, lift, twist, keep your gaze forward until you're in position, and then look over your right shoulder. If you have the space to go a little deeper, maybe bring that right hand outside, lift, twist, and gaze over your right shoulder. Breathe here. Keep lengthening and rotating, inhaling and twisting. All the while trying to build all those muscles, trying to get more space between the vertebrae, trying to really find that height in your body. Keep rooting down through the right hip. And keep steady and stable and focused on your breathing.